Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It on T's World. I am so happy to be with you guys today. And today's topic is actually going to be about a story time of mine. And it's actually going to be entitled, I Almost Had a Sugar Daddy Twice. I almost had a sugar daddy twice, okay? So we're going to talk about actually the first time, and then we're going to talk about actually the second time. Now, I don't really remember which in order happened, but okay, maybe I think I kind of remember, but almost had sugar daddy twice, okay? So I'm going to actually talk about the first time. So, as many people may know that, there's the whole sugar daddy phenomenon, and some girls told me about it. And one girl, I remember in undergrad in my research lab, one girl told me about this website called seekingarrangements.com. Secret, oh my goodness. Seeking Arrangements. And it's a site basically where you go on and you make a profile, then prospective sugar daddies will reach out to you, right? Okay. She told me all about it, and she told me about her sugar daddy story, how one guy, you know, saw her at her job. She worked for the local water company, and she actually got this guy bringing her all kinds of things. He bought her a laptop, a book bag. He bought her like all kinds of things, she needed for school, a little bit of cash here and there. And I was like, but the wheels are turning in my head. I'm like, well, what did you have to do? And she said, no, I didn't really have to do anything. He just kept giving me stuff, you know. So I said, okay. For the most part, I take it and run with it. But I'm like, I don't know. But I'm like, oh, okay. And then she told me about seeking arrangements, how, you can go on there and make the profile, and then sugar daddies reach out to you, and then you start making arrangements from there. Okay. It's kind of like a tool to, interact the sugar daddy with the sugar baby. Okay. So, so I do some more research. I look at it, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a pseudo profile, like a fake profile, because I wasn't sure if I was really going to go through with it or not. So I actually go onto the site, make my profile, yada, yada, yada. Maybe not too long afterward, maybe like a day or so, I started getting hits, just a few, nothing major. And, of course, they comment or they say, hey, let me take care of you, nice smile, whatever. Basic stuff. So I decided to reach out to one. I just want to see how far this goes. So I'm like, all right. And I actually gave them a Google Voice number. I wasn't going to give them, my whole telephone number and all that stuff. I gave them my Google Voice number, and I was texting them through that. I made up a fake name, like, I don't know what it was. Was it Samantha or something like that? Like, I made up a fake name because I don't know who it is behind that screen. They don't know who it is behind the screen either, right? So we're on equal playing field. And I'm talking to him. I made my number actually look like it appeared like it was out of state. Like I did it where it looked like my number was in Delaware. Okay. And I don't know, or I forget where he was, but we were just talking a little bit back and forth. And then the conversation, gets deeper, and he's talking about, I guess wanting to meet me, stuff like that. You guessed it. I was chicken. I was chicken, and I actually, didn't really go through with it. But, I kept the profile on just to see, what or how many sugar daddies would reach out to me, or potential sugar daddies. So I just kept it on, and I just said, all right, let me just see. And not much came from it, but I think I deleted the profile eventually. And then I tried another site. Forgot what it was called, but of course, somebody always reaches out to you. I just want to know where the ducats at, man. I'm like, can I just get some coins just for talking to people? I swear, I will talk to you all night long, if that's what they doing and that's what they about. But all right, that's neither here nor there now. So that's the first one. And then the second one is a little more personal now, okay? I work at a job where the clientele is mainly older men, like usually above 40, okay? And going upward. And yes, and I work in a gambling facility, right? Okay, so actually, I've been. Okay, I'm going to be careful how I phrase this. I actually, I work like my normal shift, and this guy always came in, and then he started coming in more regularly. Then he started to fall off, and then he came back. He worked for a pharmaceutical company, okay? And he doesn't seem like a very nice guy, genuinely, at first. Like, I was like, oh, okay, and I would talk to him a little bit, da 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 da. And my coworker, looked at me and she said, I think he got a thing for you. I'm like, girl, shut up. No. So I don't think so. Well, I didn't say it like that, but I was like thinking to myself, nah, bro. And so he actually, one day he comes to my job. He happens to come up there, and I happen to be there. I don't know if this was on my off day or it was before my shift. I don't know. Something like that. And he came and he asked for my telephone number. But and he pulled the old let me call it to see if it's real. Like, I'm not trying to punk him out, right? So I'm like, oh crap. But what they don't know is the power of the block button, right? Okay. Plus, I truthfully lost his number anyway, I think. Anyway. All right. That's neither here nor there. So I remember I'm working one night. I'm just doing my thing, counting my money. I'm working one night. He comes up and he says to me, I never forget it. Looked me in my face and he told me, let me take care of you. Now, the wheels are turning in my head already, but I'm just like, I just want to see how far he goes with this. So I said, take care of me. I'm playing dummy here. Basically, I know what he's implying, especially the more and more he started to talk. So, but of course, I'm saying, I'm flattered and everything, but, I work for mine. That's just my thing. I like to work for mine as a young lady, and I'll truthfully value my independence. But then now I'm thinking about it. Should I say yes? Well, wait, it gets better. All right. And plus, there was two things that looked very strange to me. Okay. Number one, what are you doing in a gambling facility? Now, of course, a lot of sugar daddies and things, they can hang out at casinos, bars, whatever. All right, cool. But what are you doing in the gambling house? And number two, you don't even tip me. Yes, for my occupation, you can tip. I'm not a waitress or anything, but I'm actually what you would call a teller. I basically award the money like a cashier, okay? And I'm like, okay. He doesn't even leave tips or anything. I would say if he was leaving like maybe, not even maybe $5 or $10, if he was leaving like 10s, 20s, upwards, I would say, well, okay, maybe. And he worked for a pharmaceutical company, so obviously, or so he said. So obviously, I'm thinking to myself, he just went on a cruise. He shouldn't be doing too bad. So I'm like, he can't tip or anything. Or he would buy me like, my lunch or pay my tab when I was working. Plus I got 50% off to eat anyway. But still, I'm like, you have to come a little stronger than that if you want to be my sugar daddy, right? Okay, but it gets better, y'all. Get ready. So one night, me and my good friend of mine, me and my gal pal, we decide to, go out, and we go to this little hole in the wall type of joint, which was like a bar and grill. I mainly came for just something to nibble on. But we're sitting and we're looking and we're like, I'm looking around at the place, and to my horror, the same guy that asked to be my sugar daddy, right, is at this place. Now I'm like, oh no. And he's playing pool with his buddies, or he's sitting at the bar or whatever. But I'm like trying to turn my head so he can't recognize me. I'm like, oh Lord, what do I do now? Okay, I just have to keep my head kind of tucked to the side. And as long as I do that, I'm straight. So I'm like ducking. My friend's looking like, what the hell's going on? And I tell her, I'm like, look, he's here. And she's like, oh, okay. So I'm like, oh boy, I just pray to God he don't see me. I'm like, no, 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 no. And plus, the place was kind of whack anyway. you know, it wasn't really up to par. So we were like, my friend and I left after a while. So we were like, all right, cool. So we get ready to leave and we leave undetected. Thank God. We smoothly dipped out of there. And yeah, but all right, what do you guys think? Before I get out of here, what do you guys think? Do you think that he was really for real? And mind you, here's why I say this. I'm going to bring this into context for you. He was at the same little hole in the wall where we were. Now, people can have their preferences of what bars and grills that they like to go to or whatever. But I'm like, three things are showing up that's wrong in this picture. He doesn't tip, and especially he doesn't really seem like a person that really has means. Like, okay, there's people that have means and you really would not suspect. Like, they look regular and ordinary, right? But you also have a decent little job. I'm guessing it could be decent a little where it's just enough to pay the bills or whatever. You're at a gambling hall, but you're not tipping. You know, you got a decent little job here that you just went on vacation. And then on top of that, you're at the same little hole in the wall that my friend and I was at. So I'm like, I'm thinking you'd probably be a more upper echelon of places, right? And so I was thinking, like, I don't know about this one. I don't think this one's really totally living up to the hype or what he's trying to say. I don't think if he could take care of me, it would be like that far. Like, he couldn't really do much. And then on top of that, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm a girl, an independent girl. I can't be bought. I have much more respect for myself if I work for mine, get my education, do what I have to do. I can't be bought, like, that's really my truth. And also, I feel like this man is old enough to be my father, obviously, of course. That's how most sugar daddies roll. And now I'm starting to think to myself, was he really trying to be polite or nice just for that opportunity to possibly get involved with me in that way? Or, okay, maybe so. Or maybe he was genuinely a nice guy but got a little carried away. All these questions were going through my head. But the moral of the story, kitty, is I almost had sugar daddy at least twice. But I think if I went through with those situations, I would have possibly regretted it much more down the line. And I'm so happy that I really didn't do it, because I probably would be in such a situation or a rut or gotten myself into something that I was totally not ready for. But guys, that's really it. Will I get more sugar daddy offers in the future? Perhaps. Who knows? But I don't think I will take them anytime soon. But I'll also talk a little more about, like, my interactions with older men. Older men seem to love me. I think this will be a great segue to talk about that. But and some of the bizarre questions and responses I get from them. But guys, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed that story time as much as I did. I look back on these things and laugh, but I also learned a valuable lesson from these things. And I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. But tell me about your prospective sugar daddy stories, or if you've had a sugar daddy, and how did that go? How did that begin? Are you still in it, or how did it end? I am curious to know. And you know what, guys? Just talk about it. Let's talk about it. So let's talk about it in the comment section. Let's talk about it on Instagram. Hashtag let's talk about it. This is T from T's World, aka T's World 93 on Instagram. Please like, comment, subscribe, and remember to ring a ding ding so you don't miss a thing with your girl. I'm coming back with these podcasts. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun to do. I'm airing out my dirty laundry at the same time, but I'm really having a great time talking to you guys. And I'll be back with another podcast in the near future. But until then, guys, this is T signing off. Take care. Peace. I love y'all. T Tribe. Bang bang. Bang bang. I love y'all. Take care. Bye.